My name is Jeremy, I'm 27 years old, and I have a net worth of $74,667.86. But by the time I'm 30, I want my net worth to be $1 million. The goal is simple, and that's to get $1 million net worth by the time I'm 30 years old. I turned 27 on July of 2025, so I'm going to be 30 on July 2nd of 2028. I need to get $1 million net worth by any means possible. Alright, so maybe not any means possible. This series will be full of transparency all the way down to every penny spent. I didn't come from money. I came from a low middle class family, but I've always been infatuated with growing my net worth and the idea of money transparency. I've always wanted to be comfortable. Do I want a Ferrari and a mansion? No, but I want stability. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to not have to look at the bill when going out for dinner or the tags at grocery stores. I just want to be able to do those things without having to worry. I've watched my parents struggle with finances as a kid, so I have some pretty lofty goals. So why not film it all? So let's see what we're working with. I think it's always good to have cash on hand, and I have $1,667. In my day-to-day bank, I have $586.11 under my LLC, $1,619.77 in my checking account, and I have $3,083.85 in my savings account. But I also owe $47.23 to my LLC credit card, and I also owe $2,569.84 to my personal credit card. With my investments, I have $3,590.11 in my JP Morgan, it's $5,983.60. I have $28,200.67 in cryptocurrency. And then through Fidelity, I have my individual account and my Roth IRA, which equates to $32,553.82. This brings my total net worth to $74,667.86. I have a pretty good starting amount for 27 years old. I don't have any debt. I also don't have any student loans, and I don't even have a car payment. It wasn't easy to get here, but I lived frugally and drive a beater car to get where I am today. So what's the first goal of the series going to be? I have to make some short-term goals because it's going to take a little while to get to $1 million, and it's not going to happen overnight. I want to make good calculated risks, and the biggest moneymaker can be this channel. I created this channel on August 3rd, and it's going to take some time to get it monetized. I need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. It's going to be hard, but it's doable. I've done it before. As you saw, I'm not starting at $0. I have $74,000 in my name. But how did I get that? As a kid, my grandma always told me to save my money. Go to college and get a good job, and you'll always have tons of money. I always listened to my parents, got good grades, and saved as much as I could. It was just always instilled in me as a kid to save my money. I started working at 16, and I even became a manager at my job. I then decided to go to business school, and I ended up actually graduating debt-free because I went the community college route. But when it was finally time to get my big boy job after college that I've dreamt up for so many years of school, it wasn't exactly what I thought it would be. COVID hit and the job market went crazy, so when I was searching for jobs in 2021, it just wasn't there. But during this tough time, I learned a really important skill that money can be working for me. I didn't have a lot of money at the time going to college. One day my brother walked into my room, told me about some meme coin currency called Dogecoin, and he bought it for 3 cents a share for $100. Hear me out, I didn't throw all my money into Dogecoin, I swear. He was like, you should do the same. And with $100 being a lot of money at the time, I was like, you've got to be out of your mind. I'm not buying some meme coin for a lot of money. But over the next few days, it doubled and some, going from 3 cents to 7 cents per coin. I made the mistake and had FOMO and decided to buy it for $100. But actually it was kind of a crazy surprise because Dogecoin went all the way up to 74 cents within that same year. But what I did learn is that my money could be working for me. And this was huge because why would I just get such small interest on my bank when my money could actually be doing something? I turned $100 into over 1,000. Though I wouldn't recommend doing this, I still think this was a huge eye-opener to where I could be allocating my money. I love my grandparents and my parents with all my heart, but when they just say save, 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 you're not going to be successful because you're actually just losing to inflation. You need to put your money into things and let it work for you. Should it be cryptocurrency and meme coins? Absolutely not, but it taught me a valuable lesson that my money could work for me. Because crypto was hot at the time and I had a few friends into it, I actually made my second ever purchase at the time for an investment, and I bought one whole Ethereum. And then throughout my college year, I made a few other smaller investments where I made about $1,200 from GameStop and AMC stocks. After college, I moved to Seattle with my girlfriend in hopes to find better opportunity, but there really wasn't much out there either. I had a job lined up for me right when we were moving out there, but I found out it was a cult, so I had to get out of there. So I just left day one. There wasn't much opportunity for me, but I took a leap and started making content. I loved filming as a kid and I always wanted to try it, but I never really gave it a shot, ever since I even got my first camera. So in 2021, I started making YouTube videos, and this was the only thing I wanted to do. We ended up moving back home, and I took a year off of work to give content creation a true shot. I saw some success, but I would never be able to live off of it, not even close. And I don't know if that's because of the niches I was doing, but it just wasn't really gonna work. It all started with making poker vlogs. I never saw myself as a really great poker player or someone that can sit sit at a table for 12 hours at a time, or I was relying on run good at the tables that's where my income was coming from. I mostly wanted to create content and not want to gamble my income. I then pivoted and created a gaming channel for a video game that I play competitively, and since I thought this aligned better with what I really enjoyed, it would work a lot more. I worked a lot harder on this channel, but the pay just isn't there. The game is too niche and you just don't really get a lot for it. It's now early 2022 and I had about $25,000 to my name, working some odd jobs, saving where I could. I heard so much craze about a Roth IRA, so I finally decided to open one up in the beginning of 2023. I found out that if you're in your mid-20s and you max it out with $7,000 a year until you retire, you're gonna have over $1 million in retirement. So I was all in on investing at this point. At the beginning of 2024, I had a net worth of about $45,000, starting my day-to-day 9-to-5 job Monday through Friday. I even had a few filming gigs on the weekend to help bring in some extra income. I was trying to invest as much as I could because I know being at a young age, the more I invest now, the more it'll multiply over the years. I learned about where to put my money and I invested a huge chunk of it. And this is where a huge reality set in, where last year in 2023, when I first opened up my Roth IRA, I didn't invest it. So for over a year when the market was climbing really well in 2024, my money was just sitting there. Solo PSA, if you have money in your Roth IRA, make sure to invest it. My money was just sitting there not compounding for over a year. 2024 was also a year that I opened up a high yield savings account. If I'm gonna have an emergency fund, why not put it in a high yield savings account and it'll gain me more interest? And also at the beginning of 2024, I threw a huge chunk of money into crypto thinking it would do well in 2025. So far, it's been doing pretty dang well. We're up like 70% on the initial investment, which I'm pretty happy with. Was it the safest? Absolutely not, but sometimes you just gotta take some risks and go with your gut. I'm not a big spender. I mostly save all my extra money to put into other ventures to help me make more money. My net worth eventually built up to $74,000, which is where we're at now. It's pretty good since I don't have a car payment, I don't have any student loans, and I'm just trying to invest as much as I can now in my 20s so it'll really grow over time. I make $48,700 a year at my day-to-day job. I was making $44,700 a year when I first started this job, but at the beginning of 2025 I got a raise and I now make $48,700. I've been a victim of a brutal job market. Coming out of college, the average salary for my degree was $55,000 a year, and this was back in 2021. I've been out of college for 4 years now, and it's still been kind of a struggle to find something. I've applied for hundreds of jobs, and I can't even land an interview. I can't move up at my company or go to a different position as I've been trying since I started there. I want to move into a position I'm more passionate about, and that's going to come with a higher salary because it's going to be a lot more of a skilled job. I've experienced photographing, filming, and editing, and I still can't get anything. I'm taking things into my own hands and I'm sick and tired of relying on other people to finally give me a shot. We're gonna be a clean slate, new channel, and a long-term goal. So how am I gonna do this? Making content, seeking out brand deals, and seeing what opportunities this channel brings me and see how the rich did it. I've been noticing a pattern with wealthy people who didn't come from money, and that's that they took a risk. I'm not gonna be a millionaire anytime soon at my day-to-day job, making $48,700 a year. I don't wanna take any brand deals or anything that don't align with myself, my personality, or anything of this channel. But not only providing entertainment, but value as well, following my journey with the wins and the losses. I want to be super transparent about every single penny that comes in since recording this. Now that I've set out my goal and how much I make and have, what are my monthly expenses? All of my necessity payments are going to be $750 in rent, $100 for utilities, $250 to $400 in groceries, $19 for internet, and $30 for the gym. My fun money is going to be pretty low since I've been focusing on saving and investing. This can be video game tournaments, going out to eat, or other sort of activities going anywhere from $50 to $100 a month. Two bills I almost forgot to mention was going to be my car insurance as well as gas every month. The insurance is about $40 a month and the gas is about $30 to $50 just depending on how much I drive. I don't really drive too much, especially working from home. And then with other types of insurance like health and dental, that just gets taken out of my paycheck every 2 weeks. My monthly spending can range from $1,300 to $1,500 a month, but my take home is $2,620 from my day-to-day job. So the rest of that money is being saved and invested. I don't have this college dropout to millionaire story. I'm just an average guy with a normal job and a dream. I'm a videographer and photographer on the side, but it really hasn't turned into much. I've been stuck on this idea of wanting to make a series, but nothing's really come to mind yet, until I thought of my two obsessions, making content and growing my net worth. I've been learning about investing, but this alone won't get me to $1 million by the time I'm 30 years old. And of course, we're gonna have some fun along the way. Life isn't always about money. Yeah, you wanna save and invest for your future, but you still wanna be able to do those things in your life that you enjoy. Just be responsible while still saving. It's all about a good balance and figuring out the financial world. It isn't easy and wasn't really taught to a lot lot of us. Life comes in the way. There's always going to be expenses and big moments for things happening. My fiance and I love to travel. We really value that, and we want to make sure we can do the thing that we really want to do, which is see the entire world. That's why I'm so driven to make a lot of money, because I want to have financial freedom. I don't want to work a normal 9 to 5. It's not fulfilling. You only have one life, so do what you want. If there's a calling for you, just do it. That's what I'm doing. I'm just giving content a shot, and who cares if I'm trying? I don't want to look back on my 20s and regret not trying to make it big. This is the time to take chances. This will be my 3rd YouTube channel in 3 completely different niches. I'm going to keep trying until something works because I have so much fun with it and I'm really passionate about content. There will always be ups and downs when it comes to anything in life, and next time we find ourselves in a tough spot.